Seventh class student, today we can start geography portion, lesson number 2. Our lesson name is the structure of the earth. Our earth is unique as it has all the necessary elements for living beings to exist. The earth came into existence some 5 billion years ago. We still have limited information about what is inside our earth. A detailed study of the interior of the earth is done by geologists. The earth is constantly under the influence of internal as well as external forces. The external forces working on the surface are mainly responsible for the features that we see on the surface of the earth. To understand these changes, the study of internal structure of the earth is necessary. Now we can discuss about the earth, structure of the interior of the earth. The earth is an almost spherical body with a radius of 6,400 km. The earth consists of several layers just like an onion. The layers are as follows. First one is crust, the topmost layer. You can see here this is the crust. Second one is mantle, the middle layer. Second one is middle, center one, this is the called mantle layer, and inner one, that is third one is core, the innermost layer. This is the core. First we will discuss about the crust. It is the thinnest layer of the earth, also called the lithosphere. There are two types of crust: the continental crust below the landmass, which is about 35 km thick, and the oceanic crust below the ocean, which is about 5 km thick. The main elements that make up the continental crust are silica and ammonia, and it is thus called a shale. The main elements that make up the oceanic crust are silica and magnesium, and it is thus called sima. Therefore, the main elements that make up the crust are silica, ammonia, and magnesium. The other crust has soil, which provides us most of the minerals. Next one is mantle. The mantle lies just below the crust. It is positioned between the crust and the core. The mantle is 2,900 km thick. It is made up of dense and heavy materials such as magnesium, iron, and silica. The mantle consists of two layers, the upper mantle and lower mantle. This is the mantle portion. The average temperature of the upper mantle is 890 degrees Celsius. The lower mantle has an average temperature of 2,400 degrees Celsius. Magma is found in this layer. This red molten magma comes out from the interior of the earth through volcanoes in the form of lava. Lava is rich in metals and minerals. Now we will discuss about the core. Outer core of the metal, solid inner core. The core is situated below the mantle and around the center of the earth with a radius of about 3500 km. It is made up of heavy metals such as nickel and iron. Therefore, it is also called NIF. Ni stands for nickel and Fe for iron. There are two layers of the core, the outer core and the inner core. The temperature of the outer core is about 2200 degrees Celsius and that of the inner core is 5000 degrees Celsius. The temperature of the core is extremely high, so material inside it is in the molten form. Rocks and minerals. The material that form the crust of the earth is called the rock. Rocks can be solid and hard like granite and marble, or soft and loose like clay, chalk and salt. Rocks vary in physical properties, color, composition, hardness, etc. Rocks are made up of minerals. These are all example of rocks and minerals. Minerals are natural substances found in the earth's crust and contain one or more elements. They carry a definite chemical composition and physical properties. They may be metallic or non-metallic. Minerals vary in color, texture, hardness and luster. They are very useful for us. So, some are used as fuel, coal, natural gas, petroleum. Some in factories, iron, gold, aluminium, etc. and some in medicines and fertilizers. A rock in which a particular mineral is found in a large percentage is called the ore. Mining is mostly done in those areas where ores are found. Wonderful to know, the term igneous is derived from the Latin word ignis, which means fire. Types of rocks. On the basis of their formation, rocks are classified into three types: igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic. First, we will discuss about igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are formed by the cooling of molten magma inside the earth's crust or on the surface of the earth. These rocks are called primary rocks since they were the first to be formed. Igneous rocks are of two types: intrusive igneous rocks and extrusive igneous rocks. Intrusive igneous rocks. The rocks that cool below the surface of the earth are called intrusive igneous rocks. The rate of cooling is slow inside the earth. They take thousands of years to form and develop large crystals. These rocks are hard and compact. Dolerite and granite are the examples of such rocks. Grinding stones used to prepare paste or powder or spices and grains are made up of granite. Extrusive igneous rocks. When the magma reaches the surface of the earth and cools down, it solidifies and forms rocks that are called extrusive igneous rocks. Due to rapid cooling, such rocks are fine grained. The lava that comes out from the volcanoes cools down quickly, so crystals are not very large. They are small in size. Basalt and obsidian are good examples of such rocks. Characteristics of igneous rocks. These rocks do not have remains of plants and animals. These rocks do not occur in distinct beds or strata. These rocks have metals and minerals like silver, gold, iron, etc. These rocks do not allow water to percolate through them. Second one is sedimentary rocks. Rocks roll down, crack and hit each other and are broken down into small fragments. Running water, wind, moving ice, plants and animals also break down the rocks into small particles. These smaller particles are called sediments. These sediments are carried away by wind and rivers and are deposited in lowlands, lakes and ocean beds. These sediments are deposited in layers. With the passage of time, these layers are hardened to form rocks. These rocks are called sedimentary rocks. Sandstone, limestone, shale, chalk and conglomerate are some examples of sedimentary rocks. Characteristics of sedimentary rocks. These rocks are made up of particles of various sizes. These rocks are mostly formed under water and have marks of waves and mud cracks. They are found in horizontal layers. These rocks are softer than igneous rocks. Between the layers, these rocks also contain remains of plants and animals called fossils. Fossil fuels like petroleum are obtained from these rocks. Now we can discuss metamorphic rocks. Under very high temperature and pressure, igneous and sedimentary rocks change their form. Such changed rocks are called metamorphic rocks. These rocks are very hard. The process of metamorphism takes thousands of years. Some common examples of metamorphic rocks are marble formed from limestone, gneiss formed from granite, slate formed from shale, and quartzites formed from sandstone. Characteristics of metamorphic rocks. These rocks are very hard and closed, bended structures. These are very hard and have a high specific gravity. These rocks do not have empty space in them. After changes, these rocks remain in the original position.